What's up guys, it's Kristen from Anime Collective. So I want to start this video off by saying I know I told you guys I was going to slow down these next few months with my manga purchases. I was kidding myself though, because I can never do that. I had yet another big haul this month. In order to make this manga haul more helpful for you guys though, I've went ahead and mentioned where I've purchased the manga that have been out of stock for quite some time. So if you guys are in search of any of these series, I'll mention where I picked them up because stores are restocking a lot of series. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I also have started seeing signs that some series might be going out of print or on their way out of print. I'm not 100% sure just of yet, but volumes have started popping up no longer available for a certain series. So I'll definitely let you know that in the video as well. With that said, here's all the manga I picked up in the month of August. So first off is a new one I picked up this month, Bungo Stray Dogs Beast. I really love the cover art of Akutagawa on the cover. It's beautifully done, and Bungo Stray Dogs is one of my favorites, so when I saw they were coming out with this spin-off manga, I knew I wanted to pick it up. It has the same author as Bungo Stray Dogs, Kafka Asagiri, but the art is done by Shiwasu Hoshikawa in this one. What really interested me though is that it flips the script by making Akutagawa a member of the armed detective agency and Atsushi a member of the port mafia, making it this what-if scenario. Often people could have gone one way or the other if their lives were different, so this is a really cool take and I was excited to see how this would play out. Plus Akutagawa is one of my favorite characters, and with the centering around him, I couldn't wait to check it out. As far as continuing volumes that I'm picking up, I picked up Chainsaw Man Volume 6 in store at Barnes & Noble on its release day. I'm picking these up on pre-order or release days because I don't want to get in a situation where I'm waiting for them to go in stock again. Another one I'm collecting as it releases is Zom 100. It's one of those new releases that I'm really enjoying. It has an awesome sense of humor and is unique for a zombie story. Also, side note, I can't wait to pick up physical copies of Haru Asu's Alice in Borderland when it releases next year. Really excited for that one as well, but Zom 100 is a really enjoyable read. Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 16 also released this month, so I picked that one up as well to stay up to date on the series. Thunderbolt is one of my favorite Gundam manga releases in addition to the MSG The Origin hardcovers, which I just did a review of on the channel. If you are interested, be sure to check that out as well. I also got into collecting some new series this month I've been meaning to pick up. First up is Smoke and Parade. I picked up volumes 1 through 8 and I love Dead Man Wonderland, and this one is done by the same creator, so I had a good feeling about this one. I've read the first 2 volumes so far and it is definitely right up my alley. The art is incredible and I really love the character designs. It has gore, dark humor, and the main group, the Jackalopes, are outfitted with gears, armed prosthetics. They have this steampunk-esque look to them, so that's really cool as well. The fights in the series are really cool, and it's just a badass manga so far. I haven't gotten to the story a whole lot, but the art is something to behold as expected for Kazuma Kondo, and I really enjoy the various characters' personalities and the world. By the way, they also did the Eureka 7 manga adaptation. I picked up a few volumes in my last couple manga haul videos, but I totally didn't put 2 and 2 together there. You can check that out as well if you like their manga. I also picked up some more volumes of Magical Girl Apocalypse. I got volumes 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 16. A bunch of random volumes because these are ones I'm having to pick up as I find them since the volumes are harder to find. But I think I have like 4 more volumes and I'm finally caught up with this one. I got in volumes 3 and 10 of Goblin Slayer as well from Right Stuf. That finally completes the volumes I was missing from the series, so that's finally up to date. Another one I picked up is Real. I picked up a lot of volumes in my June manga haul. I had some back-ordered volumes though. Volumes 5, 10, and 11 arrived from Right Stuf this month. Takehiko Inoue is one of my favorite mangaka, and I'm currently in the process of trying to get up to date on all of his series, including Slam Dunk and Vagabond. I love his realistic art, but he's an incredible storyteller as well, so you get the best of both worlds with his manga. My local Barnes & Noble restocked volumes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of Fire Punch, so I was finally able to complete that. I read the entire series in 2 days because I couldn't put it down. It's a relatively quick read, but it really packs a punch in the action department while also hitting you hard emotionally. This is a really dark series, and I mean really dark. This is a world that is covered in ice and people are struggling to survive, so you really see the worst of humanity in this manga. You also see their desperation for a savior or a hero, which also comes into play in this story. What's really interesting about Fire Punch, though, is that there are 2 different perspectives in this story. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really unique because as you read it, you sometimes feel like a participant in the story, while in others you feel like a spectator. You also sometimes forget that what you are witnessing is reality for these characters, and this is mainly thanks to a character in the story named Tagada, but you're reminded of the stark reality these characters are living in time and time again through the terrible things they have to endure. If you're a fan of manga with mature themes, definitely check this one out because it's graphic and intense. I'm a fan of this kind of stuff, so you know I've seen a lot, but it's one of the more dark series I've read simply because of this world and the people that are in it and what this Ice Age situation has pushed them to do, even resorting to cannibalism and worse. And what's worse than cannibalism, you might ask? You need to read to find out because some of these characters do worse, and I mean much worse things. Oddly, though, there's a beauty to this story by its end because it's ultimately about the sacrifice that people make for those they love and the will to live on despite the pain that may come with doing so, as we see our main character Agni, aka Fire Punch, who's literally burning eternally and can do so thanks to his strong regenerative abilities. In some ways, he even reminds me of my favorite character of all time, Guts from Berserk, because he is constantly struggling, but even so he pushes forward and fights on. Tatsuki Fujimoto is now 2 for 2, so he's quickly becoming one of my favorite mangaka. I could go on and on about why I love Fire Punch so much, but I'll talk more in depth about it in a future video. I was also working to complete all of the Danganronpa volumes, and I just did thanks to a Dark Horse sale that Right Stuf were running a couple of weeks ago. So I got a lot of random volumes that completes that, so I can't wait to read all of them. Right Stuf also shipped out some backordered Bungo Stray Dogs volumes I've been waiting on, so I just got in volumes 9, 13, and 19 of that as well. I also picked up 21st Century Boys during Right Stuf's birthday sale last month, and that just arrived this month too. I'm working to complete all of Naoki Urasawa's works, so I'm happy to have another edition. Pluto is another series by him that has been difficult for me to complete, but it seems like a lot of us are in the same boat with this one. Luckily, I was able to pick up volumes 2, 7, and 8 on Amazon and in store at Books A Million though. This is one I really want to read, so I'm anxious to get the rest of the volumes. And finally, rounding out my series that I'm working to complete is Dogs. As of now, all I'm missing is volume 5 of this one, but I was able to get volumes 6, 9, 10 on Right Stuf. This is one I've read a couple of volumes of and I'm loving. It's really surprised me, and I know it's going to continue to do so as I get into more chapters. It's set in a dystopian world, and I really enjoy the whole setting. It's bloody, has awesome art, thrilling fights and action, great characters, and an intriguing story as well. I got into collecting a few new series this month, and one of them is Dead Dead Demons Destruction. That is hard to say really fast, but I'm still waiting a lot of volumes from Goodnight Pun Pun to ship out, but I really wanted to experience Ino Asano's work, so I decided to pick up this one and read it while I'm waiting for that one. I was able to pick up all the volumes that I've released so far, so I'm looking forward to finally experiencing one of his manga, and this one also sounded more up my alley since it has more sci-fi elements and aliens are involved too, and I tend to love anything with aliens, so I'm excited to get into this one. Another new series I discovered is Jack the Ripper Hellblade. I picked up volume 1 on eBay because it's harder to find and got 2, 3, and 5 on Barnes & Noble. By the way, if anyone knows where I can pick up volume 4, let me know. I've had a terribly difficult time trying to track that volume down. But anywho, I heard that this is one you'd enjoy if you're a fan of Hellsing, which I definitely am, so I wanted to pick this one up. And it's also a unique take on the serial killer Jack the Ripper, which interests me as well. The next one I decided to get into this month was Dead Mount Deathplay. This is one I kept seeing on the shelf and decided to just finally get it because I pick it up every time I see it. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that for some reason, Volume 1 is the only volume starting to show up no longer available on sites, so if you're out and about and you're wanting to pick this one up, you may want to get Volume 1 if you see it in store. Barnes & Noble is the place I found mine, but I was able to pick up the remainder of the volumes 2 through 6 as well on Right Stuf, where they are up for cheaper prices. I also got into collecting Drifters, and it's a series by Kota Hirano. I loved Hellsing, so I wanted to get into more of his works. This is one that's volumes are starting to go out of print, so I wanted to pick up the ones that I could while they are still available, so during Right Stuf's Dark Horse sale, I picked up volumes 5 and 6. Another one that's now out of print that I'm now getting into is Mobile Suit Gundam École du Ciel. So this one is a spin-off of Mobile Suit Gundam, and I picked up volumes 8 and 9 for $2 on Right Stuf while I still could. The rest are going to be harder to find, but I'm still trying to collect all of the Gundam manga that's out there, and I discovered this one just a bit too late. I picked up volumes 1 and 2 of Doubt, which completes the series at Barnes & Noble. It sounds like this one has the same kind of premise that I tend to be interested in other series like Dead Man Wonderland, Alice in Borderland, and Battle Royale. I'm really into these types of survival game series, so I wanted to read this one as well, and now I just need to collect Judge, but it seems certain volumes are popping up as no longer available, so I'll have to pick those up as I find them. I have also been waiting for the Assassination Classroom box set to go back in stock, and my patience recently paid off because Right Stuf got more stock in. That just arrived this month, but I absolutely love the look of the volumes because they are in these really bold and bright colors and they have a lot of cool patterns on them. I'm glad I waited to get the box set because it comes with a little art book inside too that I really enjoyed flipping through, and you get the volumes for a cheaper price. This is definitely one of my favorite pickups from this month, and if you're still in search of it at the time of making this video, it's still in stock on Right Stuf. I also had a pretty big haul at Half Price Books this month. I went to a local store and they got a lot of new stuff in. So first up from Half Price is Trigun Multiple Bullets, which includes an anthology of Trigun stories. I've never once seen anything from Trigun on the shelf before at Half Price, and this is out of print, so I was excited to find this one for a good price. Bakuman is a series I thought I wanted to wait to pick up until I could get the box set, but I got impatient waiting for it to go back in stock, and since I found a run of volumes 2 through 7 at a cheap price at Half Price, I just decided to go with the individual volumes. Takeshi Obata and Sugimi Oba are one of my favorite duos, so I'm currently trying to collect all of their series. Dr. Slump is a series by Akira Toriyama that I've been meaning to read for quite some time. Then I stumbled upon a lot of the volumes at Half Price, so I just picked up volumes 3 and 7 through 12, and I'm really interested in experiencing the manga that kickstarted his career, especially since I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball. So I stumbled upon Bakuman and Dr. Slump at Half Price, and then I stumbled upon a third I've been wanting to get into, D.Gray-Man. I was able to pick up volumes 1 and 4 through 6, and as far as shonen go, this one seems really unique and interesting, and based on what I've seen and read so far of this one, it has the potential to be a new favorite because it explores darker themes in comparison to other shonen. Really likable characters, and none of the characters are unnecessary either, and there's no time wasted with filler in this one, and everything included progresses the story. Much like Siren, which is a favorite of mine, D.Gray-Man is an extremely underrated shonen title, so I'll do a video about this one when I finish reading the series. This is one that's on the Shonen Jump app too, so if you'd like to read it digitally, it's available to read on there as well. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Random 101 and Theodosia Goings for recommending Ajin to me. I always write your guys' recommendations down and try to get them in my future hauls, so if you've ever recommended a new series to me, I'm looking into them. But Ajin is one that really just sounded like it was something I'd be immediately into. I peeked inside and I really love the art as well, which has this gritty, dark style that I'm into. I have volume 1 on the way from Right Stuf, but I was able to find a run at Half Price Books of Ajin, so I picked up volumes 2 through 5 there as well. This next one may seem random for me, but I found some Japanese volumes 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Vagabond at Half Price Books. I can't read these just yet, but I want to learn, so I've been picking up a few series in Japanese that I'm really into. I also really love the look of the covers and want to display these since Vagabond is one of my favorites, and they have this raised lettering on the covers that I thought was really cool, and I like the colors used on them as well. And finally, a series I've been eyeing is Versailles of the Dead because its premise sounds so crazy awesome I had to give it a shot. I stumbled upon volume 1 at Half Price, so I decided to finally get into it, and in it, Marie Antoinette's carriage is attacked by zombies on her way to marry Louis XVI. The sole survivor of that attack is her twin brother who decides to assume her identity and take her place as queen. Something about the French royal court mixing with zombies had my attention instantly, so I'm glad I found this one while out manga shopping for a discounted price. And there you have it, guys. There's my manga haul for August 2021. Let me know if we had any overlap in the comments below, and if I missed out on any new series, definitely drop those in the comments below as well. Also, if you guys missed it, I recently posted an out-of-print manga guide on the channel, so definitely check that out if you have yet to as well. Thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.